Hello everyone, and this is SeReNiiTYzZ here, back with another awesome Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay for you guys today. And this time today guys, a solo gameplay, one I just recently played, and currently entering my exam period guys. This is my last video for a while, and this is my first time ever winning a game, me individually, landing at Tilted Towers with a Tilted Towers start. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I was really proud of achieving this because my Manjaro bro SeReNiiTYzZ is a bit of an expert at this place, and gets a lot of interesting highlight clips from this area, and bagged himself a few wins from Tilted Towers. And I've always said how much I don't like this place for XYZ reasons. One reason being the thing that you can see on your screens right now, the frame rate when the whole lobby comes here, which is what happened today. And funny enough, at the start of this game I don't get a weapon, so I have to sort of think on my feet a little bit as the frame rate curse impacts on me again and prevents me from landing on a weapon. So here I land on a shield pot. I just landed on something blue because I thought it was good, and at this point I'm seriously thinking, oh god, this is not a good start, I need to get a gun. But at least I've got a shield pot, and but worst comes to the worst, someone starts shooting me, I just equip it and drink it, and so they can't have one. But I was really proud of this win. I told my Manjaro bro SeReNiiTYzZ soon after I got it, and I was really happy with it because I've never won at Tilted Towers before, and I just wanted to give a few goes on my Leigh account in this night of games to try and land there and win there. And this was the gameplay that happened guys, so I really hope you enjoy. And Matt Sensei, my master, I hope you enjoy it as well, dude, because Matt is my master on this gameplay and taught me all about Tilted Towers. That was how I knew this chest was in the central park here, so thanks for that, Matt. And luckily it's got another shield pot and some weapons, so that's nice, isn't it? And at this point I see my first fight and do pretty well here, despite the lag. Get really nice few shots on this guy, eventually finishing off with a nice 72 headshot. And at this point not going to go for the loot straight away because I want to just heal up and make sure that I'm well equipped, because Tilted is a very dangerous area, and did well there, all odds considering, to get to that chest. It was my only hope of survival, considering I landed at Tilted Towers. Right here I wanted to heal first before I go and loot the guy, because obviously Tilted Towers, when you hear shots like that, a lot of people are alerted to that side of the map in that area. So at this point here I see someone in the central park where I just was, so I'm looking to go in that direction and have another battle at this point because I've got good enough health to do so, and I might as well just go for it anyway. I thought I could hear someone in the house behind me, so that's why I was checking my back here. Here I hear a guy building up on me. It's the John Wick SeReNiiTYzZ model. SeReNiiTYzZ getting some nice shots, and John Wick is not finished yet and takes all my health off. He fights back, but SeReNiiTYzZ gets him, and at this point he gets his blue burst and whatever little the John Wick SeReNiiTYzZ had, and at this point reasons to himself, my health's too low, I'm sorry Matt, it's going to be a brief debut at Tilted Towers, I've got to go. So there you go, it wasn't in Tilted Towers for long. However Matt, I did land there, okay, I did land there. I did have my start there without a weapon, and I survived and got a couple of kills out of that, so I'm pretty proud of myself. Plus I killed a John Wick SeReNiiTYzZ, Cupidity wing John Wick, so I'm pretty pleased with myself. I think that was a good starting debut, first gameplay from landing at Tilted Towers, and when you see what I get from this chest, it won't seem like such a bad idea after all, so we'll see what we get from this chest. Oh look, some rockets and small shields, well that's going to come in handy. So that's pretty lucky guys. To be honest with you, I think that's the most I could use with right now, so I was really happy to find rockets after really taking a lot of damage at Tilted Towers. I mean, John Wick pulled off quite a nice shot towards the end before he died, so at this point here I didn't really want to go back into Tilted Towers because just with the health situation, and I think prior to this I'd had some really good runs from Tilted Towers. One, I had a 7-kill game at the end where I came third because the guys at the end decided to focus on me and not each other, so it's very unfortunate. But this gameplay I suppose I just wanted to get in a run, so that's why I didn't go back into Tilted. And at this point, considering the health situation, I'm just thinking about, I want to get some bandages. So I was looking at my map there and trying to determine, where I was going to go to try and find them. Because bandages are pretty common, and more often than not, people will leave them behind if they've already got other stuff. So that's why I was making my way over to the complex here, to the football stadium. And yeah, just looking to see what I could find really at this point. I was seeing that something was blue and left on the top, so I thought it might not be Leigh, so I moved forward to have a little look around. At this point I spot another player, so I'm like, right, I'm getting this person, they must have heals, come to me, give me your loot, and some really nice shots from the ground there. At this point, honestly, I was like an all or nothing situation. That person was well shielded, had a launch pad, had a med kit. Definitely worth killing this person. Thanks, babes, for dropping all that stuff. But yeah, I was pretty pleased with that battle, to be honest. And I think the player I just killed got very annoyed when they switched to spectate me there after they've been killed, because seeing what they got killed by, the fact I only had 16 health or so with 50 shields, so that was pretty gutting for that player. But I just decided I really had to go for that, because, you know, I really had no you know, chance if I didn't go for that kill. So I was really happy that I was bold enough to actually do that on low HP. And to be honest with you, when people are getting shot, it's unlikely they're going to turn around anyway. So that's why I just kept firing at that point, because honestly it's unlikely that the player's going to turn around and react straight away because of the fact they're getting shot. So it was a really good play in the situation. It really worked out for me, so I was really happy with that. And as you can see, the internet is causing me problems. I'm trying to record this game, but yeah, you know, really nice play under the circumstances. And I really hope, Matt, that you were proud of me with these opening battles, dude. I thought it'd be exciting for you. Quite a lot of action, more action than not than from my duos gameplays, but that's partly because landed in a really popular area, and you know, Tilted Towers, you will have a lot of stuff going on, and did have some really good battles on this night of games. And I don't actually mind landing at Tilted Towers, to be honest with you. It's just more the fact of, I think what really puts me off sometimes is the poor frame rate, because I have a lot of annoying deaths when, you know, frame rate throws me off a building or something like that, and then someone's free to shoot me. So those were the bandages that I was looking for in the centre court before I found the med kit of that person I killed. So at this point here, guys, I remember that the night of the gameplay, I'm going to talk about other videos I've got upcoming, because like I said at the beginning, I did, you know, I am going to have a little break for a while because I'm entering my exam period. But when I come back, I'm looking to upload all my Fortnite content that I wasn't able to get out before my sort of revision period. So I've got a lot of content ready to go when I come back in May. So I'm really looking forward to uploading that. Plus, I'm looking to change my PC sometime soon after May. So quite a lot of the old stuff I've got on my PC, I'm just going to upload it. This might include like old MCC clips and maybe some Halo 5, but more MCC, because I just want to get, you know, like Everything Must Go. I just want to get all that stuff off my computer. At this point here, guys, if you're wondering why I'm in the shower room just soaking off a bit, it's because I actually took a break mid-game here to use the toilet, because I really needed to quickly quickly go. So I decided to, you know, have my character just stop in the shower for a bit. So I did actually just take a mini break here. It's not me camping. I was just generally, you know, saying, if I come back and my character's dead, well, albeit, you know, whatever, I really need to go. So I just left my character in the shower room, so I was in an alright position to the zone. And when I come back in a minute, luckily I'm not killed, so I was really quite happy with that. But yeah, I really hope you guys look forward to all that content. Like I said, you know, Everything Must Go, because I'm changing my PC. So a lot of old MCC stuff and some retro gameplays that I never released. It's all going to be new. All new content that you guys haven't seen before, but just going to really upload everything, because I really want to get rid of everything that's on my old computer. So that's part of the reason why, you know, over the May summer period I will be uploading a lot, because and, you know, hopefully my internet, we are going to get better internet eventually, so that is happening this year. So eventually my upload speed will be faster and I'll be able to get out more videos. But yeah, back on the road, guys, with this gameplay now. But I really enjoyed this gameplay actually on this night of play, because obviously the 7-kill game would have been a bit more glamorous, the one that I didn't get. But I really like this gameplay because I did actually start from tilted and survived. You know, some good battles at the beginning. That was some difficult situations there. You know, well, to recover from John Wick, you know, getting me down to like 16 health as well. I was quite proud of that. And at this point here, you know, it kind of all worked out for me towards the end, because after that I had a pretty clear run to the zone. And as you can see, there's not many players left, and it's a massive circle still. So at this point I was being really wary, and honestly thought this crate would be a good idea because I heard it pop quite a while ago, and no one came for it. So I'm assuming that means there's no one here, and decided to go for it and end up getting a gold grenade launcher, which is one of my favourite weapons on the game. And I have a bit of a moral dilemma here because both RPGs and grenade launchers are awesome. So I did have a bit of difficulty determining what I wanted. So yeah, but eventually deciding on the grenade launcher because it is, like I said, it is one of my favourite weapons. And yeah, just, generally that had the priority for me. I think rockets are better when you're on mountain bases from range. And I think, nade launchers are more when you have battles on the ground. I think they're more useful, but I really love grenade launcher because it's just so hard to fend off when you're having a fight sort of on the ground level against someone else. It's a very devastating weapon, and I was so happy to find it from the crate. I was hoping for a gold scar, if I was honest, because I could have kept my RPGs, which I think I would have preferred that loadout. But all the same, it doesn't really matter too much. Here at this point, I'm just checking this house because, it was pretty clear that it has been looted. As you can see, I got the ramp here, but I was just making sure that no one was still here and they haven't left any traps behind, because quite often than not, in solo actually, more than any other playlists I've played, a lot of people leave behind traps. So I do really make sure that I look now, because I died a couple of times in Tilted Towers and people just leaving traps. Someone was actually baiting a scar on the ground after I'd killed him. I think it was another player, but he didn't get the kill for it because I had killed him. But he baited a scar by leaving a trap in a room with a scar in it. So that was quite a unique way of getting someone to go in the room without checking first, because they're focusing on the scar. So after that death, I kind of really take my time now with traps. And at this point, as you can see, it's still a massive circle at this point. And because I have quite a lot of heals and really good weapons, I just want kind of want to wait for the late game. So at this point here, I was just looking to hide behind the tree because it's still a massive zone. There's only 10 players, and I just figure at this point, I really wanted to win on my account here because it's the first time I won in solo on my Leigh account as well. And I just figured, I want my best chance of winning, so I'm just going to wait out and wait out till the others have killed each other off a bit, and then I'll move in. So that was my strategy here, and I know that I have no one behind me. The only thing that I was looking at as I was coming to this bit as the zone moved in was the hill to my left, because maybe there could be someone up there, but I don't think there was. And at this point I'm pretty clear, and I really don't have to do anything at this point. I'm really just waiting to see as more players get taken out. I can get further ahead down to the final final 5 or whatever, so there's no need for me to really push at this point. Really encouraging for me to see here there's only 6 left now, because there's less work for me to do. I really wanted to make sure I was going for the win here. My Manjaro Bro SeReNiiTYzZ at this point would be rushing in there and getting all the kills because he's that good that he can do that. But at this point I just wanted to confirm the win, so that's why I was playing in this way. So this is what my Manjaro Bro SeReNiiTYzZ would not approve of, although I hope I did impress him with my earlier battles in Tilted Towers, because I thought they were pretty good. And the final battle I have, this is a 4-kill gameplay, this one, but the final battle I have should have netted me 5 kills, but you'll see how that was going to happen, guys, in a moment. And as the zone comes in here, I'm looking to move with it and see what action occurs as we move in with the next zone. So we have a matter of 10 seconds right here. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. The zone coming in. So Any's gonna have to move in here, guys. And as I start to move in, I see a guy on sort of north east of my position right now. On the east side there, you can see he's building down from the mountain. I'm well aware of that. So at this point here, I want to use the geometry of the map. Get underneath this hill so he can't see me and catch him unawares here. He's going to be my first opponent on the final part of the game right here. So taking my time in the burst and hit him a couple of times. And it starts to build up, so it's a smart player. So right here, bouncing out the gold grenade launcher, which I love. And just trying to put the pressure, and he sends some back, so I'm like, okay buddy, you're going to send this one back, I'm going to build as well. So get really nice play there, and one of them connects with him, and I take him out there. Really big battle for me, and luckily enough, my grenade launcher actually blew out an entrance for me to escape into that house, which is going to be pretty pivotal because as you can see I'm getting sniped at, so I'm like, alright, see you later guys. And Matt would have noticed as well there, because he's such an expert player, would have noticed I had my pickaxe out whilst I was getting the extra shields and medkits so that I didn't end up dropping my weapon on the floor. See all this advancement, Matt, that I'm having? I'm sure he would have noticed that. So also making little touches like that to my gameplay, that can really buy you a lot of time in Fortnite, because obviously I don't have to go out and try and get sniped at again whilst I'm searching for my loot. So nice play from myself there to do that under a pressured situation, and pretty important to do so because there was a guy looking over at me. So at this moment here I cleared myself rather well there, guys, to get into the next area. And I like always kind of playing zone in games like this where I want to be more sure of the win. I do like to sort of play this strategy towards the end of games rather than being the main centre of attention, particularly in solo. So that's why I was playing to the outer part of the zone at this moment in time, and I really liked how the zone came to me at the houses. And at this moment here, I'm just looking around. I can see a lot of I'm still trying to keep tabs on the players, but I know one of them has a sniper rifle, so I'm trying not to duck out too much because obviously I don't want to get blamed. And at this point here, I think it's really good when you're a solo player in Fortnite Battle Royale, when you're in the final moment of the game. If you can try and determine the positions of all the other players in the game, that can be very helpful in deciding what you decide to do with your next play. So at this moment here, I know there's a crate coming out over there by that big base where that guy's building on the hill. And also right here, I'm also looking to where the zone is going next, because I'm trying to determine whether their base is going to be inside or outside the hill. So eventually those bases might not be in the zone anymore, in which case they're going to have to come down here into the into Pleasant Park here. They're going to have to actually come into the house sort of neighbourhood. So I'm like, well, thinking that's good for me. So at this point I've seen two of the players up in the hilled area, one seemingly setting up there and one was building up to him. So I'm aware of two of the player positions. I just don't know where this third guy is, the one that was perhaps sniping at me earlier in the town. So I'm just being careful here not to sort of poke out too much, because obviously I don't want to get blamed, and just being careful as I make the final approach to this victory royale. But yeah, just looking to really play the zone. I don't really like what I've observed from earlier, how big those bases are up on that hill area, and I really didn't feel like going up there just because of the fact, it's the blue. I've got good weapons, but nade launcher on hill battles is not exactly my idea of fun. I probably did have the materials to go up there, but I didn't feel like building because, like I said, I'd rather just wait until the late game and be ready to panic build when they're all drained of their energy, hopefully, and have no more materials left. And as you can see, that might be very well likely they're running out of materials. You can see a massive bridge from one of them to the other base there, so I'm not sure what the hell is going on up there. And when I saw that, I was like, really not wanting to take part in that. And at this point here, just really playing with the zone, playing for time, trying to make the zone smaller so it's easier for me to determine where all the other players are. At this point I see a random wooden base in the middle. I'm thinking maybe there's a guy in there, so I'm just being cautious. Really waiting until the storm comes exactly right next to me so that I don't have to do anything rash until the moment I have to. So at this point here I haven't searched this house, so that just checking there was no one in here or any traps or anything like that. So it seems vacant and I can't hear anything. At this point here I'm just using the house to look outside, and I do spot a player with the glow in the dark skin. I think it's a Dark Voyager that you get at level 74 in the battle pass, and put some grenade launcher on him to try and take him out. Some really nice play there to knock down that structure, and I really like how I did that, and then get a random stray snipe shot come at me. It might be the same dude, so at this point I decide to quickly heal up. Potentially it's quicker to use the small shields first, because that's a quicker heal in close situations. If you're going to get rushed very immediately, it's better to do small shields first before a medkit. But it worked out. The guy didn't rush me. I was listening out for him anyway in case he ran into me, because he would have had to have come from above the house or towards me at the front door. So it all works out. At this point I realised that I am going to have to make a movement from the house. It's going to not be in the zone, so I do have to go to where that wooden base was. And at this point I'm just trying to keep an eye on him. It's lucky for me that he didn't rush me on top of the house, to be honest, because I think at that moment he could have had a good opportunity to perhaps kill me. As you can see, I wasn't really fully prepared for an attack from the top of the house. It was lucky that he didn't notice that half the roof was a little bit of the roof was missing, so I was fortunate. And right here I can see him just building in front of me, and I see that those bases those guys built earlier are still in the action. We're still on 4 players at the moment, so really not sure too much of what's going on or where the other players are, so I've still got to be cautious at this moment in time, because even more so now, because I don't know where the other players are. At this point I know where the guy is, where I've spotted him roughly, so I just checked in case he was still there. But it looks like he's moved forward ahead, so I decided to just build up a little higher ramp just in case he were to rush me from behind, and run into the zone just to get, you know, fully in there before anyone else does. And it does appear that everyone seems to be ahead of me, because I don't get shot at this moment in time, and one of the players has just been killed there. Managed to upgrade my weaponry with some loot that I found on the floor, and managed to get in this house, which I think was really huge for me at the time of this gameplay, because it is in the zone, and at the moment for the next zone I am actually in the zone by being in this house, so I think that really worked out for me. That was a bit of luck, to be honest, and considering what I can now see outside, they're starting to fortify bases out there as well, so I was really quite happy with that. Really nice to be able to upgrade to a Scar, and a purple tactical was really huge at this moment in the gameplay, and pretty necessary, I think, for the adversary that I faced at the final moment of the gameplay. To have well, the best shotty that I could possibly have was definitely helpful, and obviously having a Scar is always helpful. But at this point here I just want to check out how big that base is, go around the side and see another one's being built. So I know there's still 2 players left, so I know where one of them is. I'm just not certain of where the other guy is. Had I have known where the other guy is, I would be more aggressive in the situation. Here is just a bit of nerves. You can see I'm getting a bit jittery, because I don't like how that guy's building, but at the same time I don't want to sort of waste all my resources and materials too early on, because I don't want to be exposed to the other guy who's going to have a free shot at me if I aggress that guy in the brick. So that's what I'm thinking at the moment in this house right now, just really trying to bide my time. I think it's the smartest thing to do. I've still got a lot of stuff in my possession, and at this moment here the glow in the dark guy, who's the Dark Voyager that I saw earlier, he's the final player. And he takes out the 3rd guy, Hertzy, there. So now I know it's a 1v1 between me and that guy in the brick that I saw was being built. And at this point here, obviously I'm in the zone, and I think he is as well with his base just about. So at this point I'm just trying to fortify my house a bit. Now here with the house, I could have potentially put some traps down, but decided not to for whatever reason. At this point I just wanted to get up, because I could hear, I think I could hear a chest above me, so that's why I was trying to get into the roof. And at this point, being in the roof, I kind of liked it, because if he decides to come and rush me in the house, I build a flat piece here to protect myself. I can just sort of wait to see what he does and observe him. But, potentially putting some traps down wouldn't have been a bad idea. I still had a launch pad at this moment in the gameplay, but I kind of forgot about it in the late game, because I had to switch it over to have the launch pad come out. But at this moment here, I know that the zone's not going to be favourable, the next one to me, and I do have to go outside, so I'm just waiting for my best opportunity to do so. This bit is the riskiest part of the video, because I don't know where the guy is, but I realise he's probably going to rush me as soon as he heard that I've broken out of the house. So I start to build, and build as fast as I can to build a little base to protect myself, get my shotty out and try and find where he is. Oh, there he is, glow in the darks, building up to me. I shotgun him and he blows himself up. The Dark Voyager blows himself up with his projectile rocket and gives me the Royale. Thanks, mate. So, all that messing around, you gotta be careful with those rockets at close range, bud. God. And he hands SeReNiiTYzZ Royale. What about that, guys? I didn't have to do too much in the end, but I feel that should have been my 5th kill. That's what I was saying to my best friend Matt, my Majority Bro Celebrities. I was saying to him I should have had 5, because I did 74 damage with my purple tactical there before he decided to blow himself up for me. He did do some damage, admittedly. He did take my shield off, because I had 150 health combined. I had 50 shield and 100 HP, so he did do some damage, because I now only have 100 HP, but 50 damage on me and he blew himself up. I mean, who was the true winner here? But you do have to be careful with rockets at close range in Fortnite Battle Royale. It's very easy to kill yourself as well as the other guy that you're aiming at, and in his case he got the worst of the blow, and I personally think that the Dark Voyager would have stood a better chance in that fight with Shotty, but nevertheless I'm happy he decided to choke, and I get my Royale win there, guys, with a tilted tower start. So I really hope you enjoy this gameplay, guys. I hope everyone has a really great Easter. I really want to whack out a final video before I have my period of seclusion, doing all my studies, but I will be back soon with a lot of content over the May period, sort of middle of May to the summer. I'll be uploading a lot of stuff. This was SeReNiiTYzZ, guys. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.